Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Siegelin's Proving Grounds. Today I will be using once again the Warlock, this time Affliction. I'm going to get right into talents and glyphs. I'm going to mention only the ones I think are worth mentioning. So with the level 30 row, I go with Shadow Fury. The other two seem viable, but I just stick with what I know. I know Shadow Fury, I know how to use it pretty well, so I just stick with that. And it's on the shortest cooldown of all three, so I don't mind using Shadow Fury. For this row, I think the only one worth mentioning is Burning Rush. It reduces your downtime in waves where you need to kite globules back into the Amber Weavers. So it's nice to have speed increase, to reduce the downtime of you kiting, because as Affliction, you do need to cast quite a little bit. For the level 75 talents, I think Grimoire Sacrifice would be fine, but I like Grimoire Supremacy because I don't know if Command Demon is on your global cooldown if you do sacrifice your demon. So if Command Demon is on your global cooldown, what that means is you can't interrupt while you're casting something like, Drain Soul or Haunt, whereas if you have your pet, you can tell your pet to, interrupt without having to stop what you're doing. So it's just, I don't know if you can do that with Grimoire Sacrifice, but I like the Observer anyway, so I don't mind sticking with that. For this row, I pick Archimonde's Darkness because your Dark Soul Misery actually does increase your haste by a noticeable amount. It's very nice to have that extra haste. So it can give you get you out of a really tight spot. It's not a bad idea to go for those 2 charges, especially for the last 3 waves. I find myself more often than not having to use at least 1 cooldown on the second to last wave, and then I still need a cooldown for the last wave. So it's nice having 2 charges. It basically gives you 2 cooldowns, or an extra cooldown, because you also have your Terror Guard and Abyssal. Well, that's if you're in Grimoire Supremacy. Anyway, for the level 100 talents, I think Soulburn Haunt would be viable, but I've tested a lot and used Cataclysm for all 3 Warlock specs in the Proving Grounds, and let me tell you, Cataclysm just trivializes waves. It completely demolishes a lot of the NPCs that spawn, and it's just makes some of the harder waves completely stupid. So for glyphs now, I think there are only 2 glyphs really worth mentioning, and I don't have them because I'm cheap, and even though I have inscription, I don't want to get the mats. I don't want to buy them from the auction house. The only ones I think are worth mentioning are Unstable Affliction and Glyph of Soul Swap. Unstable Affliction because it reduces the cast time on your Unstable Affliction, which is always nice because it is a casted dot. You want to get that off a little quicker. I think it'd be the only DPS increase out of all these glyphs. And then Soul Swap. And the reason I think Soul Swap is good is because it effectively makes your Soul Swap last 30 seconds rather than 3. And what Soul Swap does, if you don't know, is it takes your dots from one target and allows you to put them on another one. So, if you have Unstable Affliction and Corruption and Agony on one target, you can use Soul Swap, take those dots, and put them on a different target. So it's nice. The reason why having a 30-second duration on it would be nice is so you can use it. You can take the dots from one wave and save them for the next wave. So one more thing I want to talk about before I get into it is your Demonic Gateway and Demonic Circle. I don't really know a good place for your Demonic Circle. Demonic Circle has always been weird to me. It's because it's asymmetrical. You can port there, but you can't port to a different place. Whereas Demonic Gateway, you can port from either side to the other one. So I just kind of put my Demonic Circle wherever. But Demonic Gateway I actually have a very deliberate positioning for it. It's right here, because where I start is right here in the center of this green indicator. That's where I start off pretty much. And come wave 3, I'm able to use this gateway to get instantly over to this gateway, the green one, and kite a globule back into an Amber Weaver who is standing right in front of where I am right now. And of course, I'll be demonstrating that to show why that's a good positioning for the Demonic Gateways. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start basic damage gold in the Proving Grounds on the Affliction Warlock. So like I said, with positioning, I'm going to stand over here. I'm going to cast Cataclysm preemptively on the far side. See, I started a little bit before the wave started. And as you can see, it basically almost instantly killed both of those. And they're both the Amber Weaver and Slayer are most likely going to die to dots. And this is why positioning is nice here, standing here, because I didn't have to move at all for that globule. It went right into the Slayer, and I didn't have to worry about it at all. And then the Slayers and the Amber Weaver went down without a problem. So what I'm going to do on this wave is I'm going to stun the Banana Weaver right off the start, but I'm going to let the Amber Weaver cast because I don't really care about what he's doing. I don't know how to snare as Affliction. If you know how to snare, then good on ya, but I don't know, so I kind of just let this Banana Tosser do his thing while my dots take care of him, my dots and my pet. And then I switch back over to the Amber Weaver here. And like I said, well, I actually don't know if I said it in this recording, but I'm not really good with Affliction. This is my first time really playing this spec. I've never actually played it before, really, so my rotation is suboptimal. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to preemptively cast Cataclysm, and I'm going to immediately stun so the Mystic here can't heal the Banana Tosser. Shit. And I did get hit by a banana, but it's not going to be a big deal because the Banana Tosser goes down without a problem. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and start hitting the Mystic. He's going to go down because there's globules on him and stuff. What did I press there? That was weird. So yeah, the Mystic went down, and then the Amber Weaver went down without a problem. I could have interrupted the Mystic at the end there, but he was so close to dying that I didn't want to worry about it too much. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to immediately stun so the Banana Tosser doesn't get away from me, and I'm going to fear the Mystic just to keep him from healing the Banana Tosser. And I'm just, once again letting mostly my dots do the work, and my pet. I don't have a soul shard. This is not going to be very fun killing him, but it shouldn't be a problem. There we go. So see, right there I interrupted while casting Drain Soul. I didn't have to stop my Drain Soul cast. Very nice. That's why I like still having a demon out rather than using Sacrifice. Getting kind of close on the wave here, but I think I'm going to be able to take him out. Yep, he goes down. So for this wave, I'm just going to start off with, I usually start off with Corruption. I just started off with Agony. I usually start off with Agony, sorry. I started off with Corruption there and just kind of went with it. And what this wave is about to me is just keeping dots up on the Guardians, not really worrying too much about them, but focusing everything you have on the Banshees. Well, not everything, obviously, but, getting those guys down as quick as you can. Because if the Banshees blow up, they actually prematurely end your progress, and you have to start all over. Right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna start off by casting a bunch of Seed of Corruptions on the Vermins, and actually, yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's doing damage. The reason I'm doing that is because it damages the Vermins, and that forces the Mystics to heal the Vermins rather than healing themselves. Because the Vermins have kind of trivial health. Their health doesn't matter nearly as much as the Mystics' health does. So if they get healed, it's not that big of a deal. Whereas if the Mystics get healed, it's pretty much game over for this wave. There we go. Seed of Corruption ticks got the vermins down, and I would manage to get the Mystics down. So what I'm going to do here is at 2 seconds I'm going to preemptively cast Cataclysm, and I'm going to go ahead and Shadow Fury right off the bat. Shadow Fury the Banana Weaver, he goes down very easily, and then I also feared the Mystic so he wouldn't try to heal anything, because he was probably trying to heal the Banana Weaver, which was dead at that point, but I didn't want to take my chance and have him heal the Guardian, because as you can see, the Guardian's about to die too. Guardian goes down after I killed the Amber Weaver off camera. JK, it wasn't off camera, but, wasn't really commentating on it that much. And as you saw again, I interrupted the healer there while I was casting Drain Soul. Didn't have to worry about, stopping my cast at all. That's why I like having an empowered demon. But if you like Sacrifice, go for it. It's really up to you. I don't think it's a DPS change. And then I killed the Banshee. There was also a Banshee that spawned mid-wave that I killed. I don't think I commentated on it, but, So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out the Amber Weaver first. I'm just going to fear that one so I don't have to worry about kiting globules anywhere. And then that one's globules will go straight into the Shah here. Yep, just focus on taking out the Amber Weavers first. And then I guess I could have put on my dots on the Shah before I, really worried about the Amber Weavers, but whatever. Just multi-dotting everything. Like I said though, I'm not the best Affliction Warlock. I've just kind of started this. It's a fun spec though. I like it. It's different from what I'm used to. It's different from a lot of classes. So what I'm doing here, I used the haunt while his shield was up, but that was just kind of when his shield is up, he's taking 50% reduced damage, so it's really not necessary to do. You should save everything you have for when he's exposed, because his damage taken is increased by 300%. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna preemptive cast Cataclysm at 3 seconds, 2 seconds, sorry. I'm gonna interrupt the Mystic, even though the Banana Tosser goes down, just to be on the safe side, because I wasn't sure the Banana Tosser was gonna go down that fast. But as you can see, I focused on the Banana Tosser first. I stunned right after I used Cataclysm to stop the Mystic from healing and stop the Banana Tosser from going anywhere. And now I should be putting up my dots on the Shah, but I'm a bad Affliction Warlock, so I'm not doing that. And the Mystic goes down. I focus him after I focus the Banana Tosser. And then Banshee does spawn, so I'm going to take him out. And now I'm going to focus everything I have on the Shah. His shield's about to come off, so I'm going to have to cast Haunt here. And just start, doing my big deeps. This is a wave where I actually usually use one charge of Dark Soul, but I was obviously able to get him down there without having used Dark Soul. And while there is plenty of time in the wave, if you go back in the video, you can see that his shield was actually right about to come off. I don't have time to cast that. So what I do here is I grab Berserking right off the bat, and then I go ahead and start doing damage to the shield. Even though his shield's up, it doesn't really bother me because I want to grab Berserking because it just trivializes this wave to get him down 15%. That's just 15% less health you have to deal with. Gets him in execute range sooner. And as Affliction, you do have kind of an execute. It's not really a hard execute. It's just your Drained Soul gets empowered below 20% health. So this Banshee does pop up here. And when this Banshee goes down, it's usually the cue to take the second Berserking buff, because that's when his shield also goes down. So now I pop my Dark Souls, and I also pop my Racial. I'm a troll, so I have Berserking, but your Racial shouldn't really matter here. And I also did pop Terror Guard, and now the shot goes down without a problem at all. Now all I have to deal with is this Banshee, and that's not going to be a problem either. Goes down very easily. 20 seconds left in the wave. And that's how you do Proving Grounds Gold as an Affliction Warlock. Now, I used my Gateway only once, and I didn't use my Circle at all, but, I'm also not terribly good at Warlock. I don't claim to be a good Warlock. I don't claim to know what I'm doing with Affliction. I do claim to kind of know what I'm doing with Destruction, but, yeah, I'm not really good about my teleports or anything like that for positioning. I know I could do better. I could probably set up circles so I can use them as a secondary, gateway. Like, for instance, on Wave 2, we have the Amber Weaver right in the center here. What I could do is, maybe set my portal up right here, because I usually kill the Banana Tosser somewhere over here. So, kill the Banana Tosser. There's a globule, say, coming at me right there. Just kill the Banana Tosser, and boom. Teleport right back here, kite that globule back into the Amber Weaver. But, like I said, I don't claim to be the best Warlock or really good with my Circle or Gateway. And as you saw, I was able to do everything I did without having to worry about my Circle at all. So, but yeah, you use that kind of stuff to your advantage. It is a class ability, so. But yeah. That's how you get gold as the Affliction Warlock. I hope you enjoyed the video. If it helped you out, leave a comment, let me know. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. My goal for this channel is to do every single DPS spec of every single class and get gold in the Proving Grounds on them. So if you're interested in something like that, go ahead and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the Proving Grounds.